Hey everybody, if you're a restaurant or hotel business, you know how crucial it is to manage costs without sacrificing quality. That's where FoodBuy, the largest GPO in the industry, comes in. With FoodBuy, you gain access to exclusive pricing, unmatched buying power, and a vast network of trusted suppliers, all designed to help you save time and money. Whether you're running a high-end hotel or a bustling restaurant, FoodBuy is your one-stop partner to streamline purchasing and get the best deals. Want to see how they're changing the game? Visit foodbuy.com today and take your supply chain to the next level. That's foodbuy.com, making smarter purchasing easier than ever.
I got to tell you, Jimmy, we're coming to you right now from Pepsi Studios. We are live at Pepsi Studios in Atlanta, which is kind of weird, you know what I mean? Because Coke's in Atlanta, but we're at Pepsi Studios high above.
You're poking the bear there, Shatsy.
Poking the bear a little bit, Jimbo.
In the home of the Red Can, and we're launching the Pepsi Studio.
And you got a great hat on, and I got to tell you, we are loving life here. And I got to tell you, we got Jennifer Dodd, the CEO of Main Squeeze Juice Company. A rock star guest, another incredible guest. Jimbo, before we dive into it, because we got to get to it, because I got to tell you, you want to talk about resumes, Jimmy? I thought you had a long resume. Okay, you haven't seen a resume until you've seen Jennifer Dodd's resume. Okay, Jimmy, I'm just going to touch a little bit, okay? How did Jennifer Dodd, how do you become the CEO of Main Squeeze? How do you become a CEO of this global brand? Well, I got to tell you. Well, first, you got to go to Gadsden State, okay? You got to go to Gadsden State, and Gadsden State is in is that Alabama?
Alabama.
It's in Alabama. Okay,
yeah.
You got to go there, and you got to be part of the debate club, and you got to dance. If you don't dance and you're not debating, you're not going to become the CEO. It's not going to happen, Jimbo. Exactly. So, Jimmy, you're out because you didn't dance.
Double major, debate and dance. You know what?
You didn't do either. You didn't do either, so you're out. So you're never going to be. So we know one thing, Jimmy, he's not going to be the CEO of Main Squeeze. Okay, that's number one. Okay. Let me tell you, Jimmy, it's going to go back, okay? Vice President. So she goes to Alabama, going to the Gadsden State, dancing and debating and dancing, debating. She gets a job over at Arby's, okay? Starts marketing over at Arby's. She's there for like 7 years, and she's selling Arby's and roast beef sandwiches, and everyone's loving it. And then she's like, you know what? Enough with the red meat. Enough with the red meat. I'm chicken. Everyone's chicken. She goes, Church's Chicken. She's there for 6 years. Enough with the chicken. It's enough with the chicken. Applebee's. Jimmy, Director of Operations, Applebee's. She gets there, there's like 10 Applebee's. She's got 10,000 Applebee's. She's like, enough with the Applebee's. Enough with the Applebee's. I'm going donuts. I'm going healthy donuts. Dunkin' Donuts. Jimmy, Director of Operations, 2 years at Dunkin' Donuts. Enough with the Dunkin'. Back to the meats. M&M Meat Shops. I don't know if that is, but she's there for 2 years. She loves the meats. Back to the meats. Then she goes to Tim Hortons. She's selling coffee. She's selling donuts. Melting Pot Restaurants. Jimmy, Executive Vice something. Big, EV something, very big. 3 years. Then, Jimmy, after all that, you know what happens?
What happens?
You become the CEO of Main Squeeze Juice. That's what you have to do. So listen, kids out there, if you want to become the CEO of Main Squeeze Juice and knock her off the perch, you're going to have to do all that first, okay? And that's what you're going to have to do. And after all that, now, I can introduce to you the Rock and Roll Hall. Oh, by the way, I got to say one other thing, okay? Before I bring this guest in.
But wait, there's more.
There's actually more. I saw pictures of Miss Jennifer Dodd, and we got to talk about this because I got to tell you, pictures with Gene Simmons. I got a picture of Lionel Richie with her. I mean, she's with ZZ Top. Jimmy, she's like a rock. She's like a roadie, Jimmy. We got to talk to her about that. She's like a roadie. I have pictures of her from like 1975 with like Lionel Richie. It's
not
crazy.
quite that young.
Well, whatever, but I got to tell you. Anyway, Jimbo, make sure you bring that up, Jimmy, because you got some questions to ask. But yeah, rock star here, Jimbo.
Well, can we ask before we jump in, Miss Dodd here, Jennifer? Can you comment on how accurate was Shatsy in this resume? I assume a lot of it was right. Did he get this journey of yours correctly?
Yeah, really close. I tell you, and Jimmy, the hardest part of it being the dancer is you got to bring that leg straight up by your ear with no bend. You know, it's got to come straight up on the dance
Jimmy
team.
Can't even touch his knee. He can't even touch his knee.
I get to the middle of the thigh, middle of the of my quad. I'm good like that.
Well, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, flexibility is not my bag. Listen, Jennifer, I do love the resume, and we had some fun thinking about the amazing brands and the experiences you had. It's like a who's who of the franchising world, from Arby's to Dunkin'. You've seen so much. But it was the last thing that Shatsy mentioned that caught my eye, which was your rock and roll side hustle. So I understand that you have some killer stories about hanging with the likes of ZZ Top and Kiss. So to spill the beans, or if you would, maybe could you share a crazy or rock and roll moment you've had?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to ask you, how has that rock and roll energy influenced your leadership style at Main Squeeze? See, Shatsy, I brought it back.
I love
the story.
Yeah.
I want the story, but then I want to bring it back to the Main Squeeze.
Yeah, I think it's all about branding, authenticity, and owning the heck out of what you do. And that's what all those rock stars did. So my husband actually asked me out in the drive-thru lane at Wendy's.
Wait,
based on a local
what?
marketing coupon. Yeah, I was a kid at Wendy's. I started as the Wendy girl, wore the red wig and the freckles, and waved the kids down the street, but I got promoted.
That was you?
Yeah, that was me, dude. I got a picture on my phone of that, too. And so I actually distributed local marketing coupons, and he came in and asked me out in the drive-thru lane to go to a Bob Seger concert and go backstage and meet Bob in person. So when we got backstage, there was a Journey and Alabama back there. He was a super jock back in the days of super jocks before Clear Channel killed the radio star.
This is your husband?
So, yeah, my husband, still today.
So you married the football player.
I did. So the craziest story probably
Cheerleader
was,
always gets the quarterback, Jimmy.
well, I got the rock and roll star.
The rock and roll star.
So I had to call in sick, though. That was the only time I called in sick. I did because I wanted to go to this concert, and so
47 years, Jimmy. One sick call. 47 years.
One sick day.
One sick day. Yeah, but the craziest story was getting to the Kiss concert early, long before you could see them with no makeup, and banging on the back door of the Civic Center, and Gene Simmons comes to let us in. And he had no makeup on. I didn't recognize him. He didn't have his big boots, and he really was not as tall
By the way,
as
I
I'd
saw the
imagined him.
picture of you with Gene Simmons. I was like, who is that? Julie's like, it's Gene Simmons. I'm like, oh.
My hair was as bad as his, but mine was
You
a bad
both
perm.
had some really interesting hair. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we'll show Jimmy the picture. It's interesting.
So Gene lets us in the door, and he looks at my blouse and makes a Gene Simmons type comment that's a little overly flirtatious. And I said, "You jerk!" As I walk by Gene Simmons, and my husband smacks me and says, "You hush your mouth. That's Gene Simmons. He can say whatever he wants to say." So I said, "That's not him. He's too short." And he said, "No, he doesn't have his boots on."
Right?
So anyway,
He's got those big platform shoes they wear.
he's great. But talk about branding, marketing, authenticity. That guy, he and the entire Kiss crew, especially he and Paul, they always had it going on. And of course, we got to meet them several times and hang out, and they were just really authentic, and loved seeing them in our space in the food service business later on. And then other wild stories that I could tell, but maybe for a different podcast on a different day.
I love it. I mean, I got to tell you, that's our podcast about that. I mean, and where was ZZ Top? How'd that come in?
Well, later on, we actually have another friend who was actually driving Brooks and Dunn in a tour bus. He does all the big groups, and so he called up. We rode our motorcycle over to the Illinois State
Did you have
Fair.
a hog? Did you have a Harley?
No, we've got the big fancy Honda Goldwing with the heated seats, the heated hand grips.
The sidecar? You have like the sidecar?
No, I sit on back and look cute, and we
nice.
listen to our rock and roll music through our headphones and or our helmets. And my husband shows up and says, "Hey, we get to go to this concert." It's at the Illinois State Fair, and ZZ Top is there. So we hang out backstage with ZZ, and they were back. This was before Dusty, unfortunately, left the world.
Right.
But what a great group of guys, cooking out, walking dogs, just having a great time. Truly authentic, again, amazing cachet. Seeing them play their guitar, there's nothing like it,
Jimmy, I don't even know how to segue into like back to Main Squeeze Drews from what we're just talking. Like we're talking rock and roll, and we can like go on and on about rock and roll. And Lionel Richie, where was Lionel? How Lionel Richie?
Oh wow!
I mean, come on, that guy.
Lionel is amazing.
Oh, you call
just
him
like
Lionel?
Just like you see today,
okay.
And absolutely.
Mr. Richie for you, Jimmy.
Definitely Mr. Richie to me.
Yeah.
So he's from not far from where I'm from. He's from Tuskegee, and I'm from Gadsden,
I didn't know
Alabama.
that. Okay.
Yeah. But frankly, he's just a true Alabama guy, no matter what he does today. And so, frankly, we knew him so well, we could just walk into the concert with no backstage pass and just say, hey, we're here to see Lionel. He was just that authentic, talking about buying a house for his grandma and what she thought about the jacuzzi bubbles, and just really a down-to-earth guy. And I love seeing him reinvent his brand. Again, back to our space, what he's doing today with American Idol and such. He's constantly been able to stay relevant beyond whatever.
Yeah, right. He's still doing. He's still
trends are.
people still love. And by the way, his music is still. I mean, Jimmy loves Barry Manilow. He loves Lionel Richie. He
Exactly,
loves it. He can listen to those love songs. I mean, you go into his office, and I got to tell you, he'll have Barry on, and he's weeping, crying, but he's not even
Rose
sad.
petals.
He's just and he'll sell Lionel too.
Exactly.
He's very romantic.
Jennifer, I have range, and yes, I'm a fan of Lo. I am a fan of Lo.
Yes.
But I do want to say, since you mentioned your first concert with your now husband was Bob Seger, I saw Bob Seger when he came to New York and played at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
And what was so special about live music is he said he did a favor for another artist and did a gig for him 31 years ago, or rather, it took this artist 31 years to return the favor. And out on stage came Mr. Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
And there I was at the
boss.
Seger concert, and Bruce comes on to do a number returning the favor that Bob played for him, for Bruce. And that is just the magic of live music. So, yes, I'm a fan of Lo. Yes, I love my Bob Seger, I got to tell you. And I got Bruce Springsteen on my Pandora. I'm dating myself, Shad. I'm a Pandora guy.
That's okay,
Yeah.
Jimmy. These are great stories. I got to tell you. I mean, I think Jennifer Dodd needs to write a book. What do you think, Jimbo? Right? A book about these stories?
Yeah.
And how does this all dovetail into Main
we'll write
Squeeze?
the intro.
How
We'll
does this
write
work?
the-
Oh, that sounds
How
like
does this talk
fun.
about Main Squeeze? How does this go into Main Squeeze? How'd you take all of your
Authentic,
rock star stuff?
authentic.
Yes, real, raw,
Be
refreshing. Yeah, be real for sure. Serve the need, right?
I love it. I love it. Jimbo, I'm going to dovetail a little bit. I'm just going to go into just, listen, Main Squeeze Juice. I mean, just give me a little background about what's the plans for Main Squeeze Juice
Oh,
right
it's
now?
exciting, I tell you. We are really in a category by ourselves. We are a raw, cold, fresh, pressed raw juice company, smoothie, acai bowl, and plant-based food. But what we do is different. So you get 2 to 4 pounds of fruits and vegetables in every bottle of juice or every smoothie, and it's real stuff. There's no sugar, no filler, no sweetener, no artificial sweeteners, and it's incredible. So you feel like you're getting a dessert, a great, refreshing treat, but you're fueling yourself, not fooling yourself. So your body's not going to go
Jimbo,
through.
did you hear
That's
that?
going to be the name of the book.
Yeah, that by the way,
Fueling.
that was magic.
I love it. I mean,
gonna
I
be
got
the
to be
name of the
honest
book.
with you. That was gold right there. Am I right?
That was podcast gold, not fooling, fueling.
It's true.
Jennifer, they are on their feet in the studio. They love that. They don't hear things like that. They don't hear podcast gold like that. Thank you. Keep it. We've got more. Thank you. It was Jen. It was Jennifer. It was not me. That was gold right there, huh, Jimbo?
And we're a
think
7-year-old
that-
brand, but man, we're growing. We're excited about it. Double-digit increases in traffic right now for the month of August, and really excited about our new marketing strategy and branding and development. We opened 3 new stores this year, and we have just sold the rights to the state of Arizona, which is a tier 1 market for us, and have an area rep ready to go there. First store open, doing incredibly well. So we are being strategic about our development over the next year, but you're going to see Main Squeeze grow at an exciting level, that's for sure.
And juice is hot, right?
It is. It's good for you. You get that gut punch from ours that you need with the microbiome,
Yep.
but you feel like you're having a treat. So
I love it.
At the end of the day, Plant Forward is hot too. Did you know that, Shotsky?
I do. I know.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I got to tell you, I told Jimmy, I think I could be a vegetarian. Like, I could do it. I could eat plant-based, just everything. But real, just not like none of the fake stuff, just real. I could do
Absolutely.
it. I
Yeah.
do like steak, but I could. I mean, I like, but I could do it. What about, are we going to see, is it smoothies too?
Yeah, incredible smoothies. We have a new protein line coming out actually September 18th, and it's going to have 20 grams of protein in each smoothie. Incredible variety. Plus, of course, we have good superfood add-ins. You can even add more if you'd like. Protein can go in anything we have on our menu.
I love it. love it. I love it. Jimbo, what else you got for Jen? What else you got for Jen?
Yeah, I want to ask Jennifer. You've talked about your passion for servant leadership.
Yes.
And I'm kind of, especially given some of the rock and roll stories you shared, I'm picturing you, wearing a superhero cape, swooping in to save the day with like one of your awesome smoothies in hand. But in all seriousness, how does this approach of servant leadership translate into better business results? And maybe you have any juicy stories here that did their Shatsy, any juicy stories
I love what Jimmy.
you can share.
It's gold.
Servant leaders serve first, right? That's their heart. So if you're a great servant leader, you want to see other people thrive. I want to see them on the stage. Our franchise owners are the heroes of capitalism, for sure, as entrepreneurs. And then the people who serve them on our team, absolutely, are the ones that I want to serve. So I'm happy to serve from the sidelines and from the back. Sure, I'll jump on the stage and I'll do what I need to be the brand ambassador, but I'd much rather help them unleash their talent and bring that forward, because when they do that, they never work another day in their life. Their passion comes out, and when you plug your talent in with your purpose, my God, there's nothing like it. It's like letting the genie out of the bottle. So that's what servant leaders do. We line them up with that, and then we become the greatest cheerleader and raving fan and remove their barriers to success so that they can go win.
Where's the best markets for you guys to open? Like, what do you target? Do you go to the Northeast, or is that like not a big juice? What's the best juicy market?
It's a hard problem, man, because they need us everywhere, right?
Oh, okay.
But we're deeply penetrated right now in the Southeast, and so our tier one markets are Arizona, Texas, and Atlanta. Those are going to be top, and Florida for us right now in the next year.
Sounds pretty good.
So, and then, of course, we're going to continue to scale, but that's our top 4 markets for the coming year.
And who's the biggest competitor to a main squeeze?
Truly, there are some regional competitors that we have that
is Joe and the Juice, is that a big competitor? Like, I see them all over the city.
Yeah, that do what we do. There's only a few that do what we do well.
Well, right.
I'd say Juice Land out in Austin, they're a great competitor that does a nice job with the authenticity of their product. No sugar, no artificial sweeteners.
Right.
We have some big smoothie competitors, as you know, in the space, and acai bowls that are doing a very nice job serving their audiences, and I'm proud for them. But we're in a different category because of the quality and the integrity of our product lines.
Elevated product.
Yes, sir. And
Jimmy,
you can
we're getting a lot of
even
elevated
more.
products here.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the word of the day.
Let me ask you one more question before we move on. Can you get have you spoken to Lionel since those days? And could he be a spokesperson? Like, I could imagine Lionel. The guy looks so good. He looks like he's 50.
Doesn't he?
And he's got to be like 80. I don't know. He's got to be pretty old, right?
Yeah.
So can you get him to be a spokesperson?
Hey,
like
I
Lionel
tell you
Richie.
what,
Maybe write a song.
I'm going to give you that picture of Lionel kissing me on the cheek so you can throw it out there on this podcast, and we'll reach out to his people and your people, and we'll see what we can do about that. I think that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
People talking to our people. This is good people.
I love it.
Come on, Lionel. We need you, brother.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to jump right into Hot or Not. Are you ready? I'm going hot or not. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to throw out a couple things, and you tell me hot or not, and then Jimmy is going to opine on you. Okay, activated charcoal add-ins.
Absolutely hot. Good
Juice
for detox.
Cleanse programs.
Absolutely hot.
CBD infused smoothies.
Hot.
Viral TikTok recipes.
Absolutely hot.
Jimmy, I don't think we've ever had a guest where everything was either absolutely hot or hot. Like usually you get nothing, Jimmy. Where are you gonna go now?
This brand is making things happen. So I could play with any of these because each one had a level of hotness. The one that I think most curious about was the CBD infused smoothies, and I bring that up because I keep hearing of this this kind of coming together of the world of CBD and maybe some of the other related products that right now are still on the no list. But CBD is on the yes list. Tell me about this fusion between food and beverage and now CBD and how it's working out for Main Squeeze.
Well, we're not in that yet, but we're investigating it because
we have
investigating. Sorry.
Is it breaking news?
Yeah, well, we're investigating it because we do have 4 distinct audiences that we serve. Gen Zs love us because they're plant-based. They want it 2 to 3 times a week. We had so many, flavor seekers and variety seekers, but we also have an audience that is reclaiming their health. Just FYI, I'm happy to share I'm 58 years old, but my biological age is only 44. And my goal is to be 40 by next year.
You know why? Because you're Main Squeeze Juice. Hello.
Exactly.
I mean, you're getting younger. You're getting younger. Jennifer's getting younger. Each year she continues to drink juice, knocks a year off.
So that group.
Be 34 in a few more years, Jimmy.
And so you heard that.
Jennifer Dodd, are the hospitality hangouts Benjamin Button?
What now? Oh,
Benjamin
yeah,
Button,
we
can
Benjamin
you-
Button. That would be great.
Yes,
man.
yes, Jimmy. You are a marketing
You
genius.
pulled
is
that
what
one
you
out
are.
of your pocket, dude.
Oh, Jimbo is
Yes, I did.
it's marketing gold. It's marketing gold over there.
It is.
All right, Jimbo, I'm going right into the quick fire because we started a little
Yes.
late. All right, I'm going to go right into the quick fire if I can. All right.
Let's play.
Here we go. All right. Jennifer Dodd, right here. Branded quickfire. 5 questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. If Main Squeeze opened a store in Atlanta's Centennial Olympic Park, would you name a smoothie after the Olympic torch, the Fountain of Rings, or CNN Center?
Wow, that's a hard one. Torch, Fountain of Rings, or CNN Center. I would have to say the Torch.
I like it. I like it. Which Atlanta music legend would you love to create a signature Main Squeeze smoothie for? Outkast, Usher, Ludacris, the B-52s, or Lionel Richie because he's been to Atlanta. Not from Atlanta, but he's been to Atlanta.
I know that's also a hard one, but I'd have to say Usher, and there's a real reason for that.
Well, let me hear.
The African American community is one of the largest plant-based growing audiences, and they need to be. And so there's a great functional medicine doctor out of Atlanta, Dr. Bobby Price, that we follow. He's given incredible advice, and we've got amazing, diverse communities that we're serving every day, more and more, and we're so proud to be serving the need of plant-based dining. So Usher, we're here for you, brother. Come on, let's get something going.
I love it, man. We are dropping names like crazy on this cast, right, Jimbo? I mean, it's unbelievable.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. True or false? The Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta is the largest aquarium in the Western Hemisphere.
I think that's true.
From what I understand over here, it was the largest.
Oh,
it
man.
was the largest. But until 2012, when it was surpassed by Marine Life Park in Singapore.
How did we let that
But
happen?
it is the largest in North America.
Okay,
Jimbo,
okay,
it is the
well.
largest. So, I mean, a
consolation
little bit
prize.
of nugget
Oh,
there.
it seemed like a very tricky question. Like there was a lot in that question.
Yeah, I-
hemisphere. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Western Hemisphere.
Yeah,
then
the
we were
hemispheres,
in
I don't know.
2012.
I don't even know what hemisphere
and then
we're
we
in.
Passed by.
Are we in
by
a
the
hemisphere?
Marine Life Park in Singapore. It was still the largest in North America. There was a lot going on in that
Yeah, but
question.
nobody
Thank
knows
you,
where
Jimmy.
Singapore is. Where is
It's
Singapore?
all in the same.
Yeah, nobody knows where that is. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what's going on over there, Julie. But I see something bad over there. Trying to reconnect. I don't even know what that's about. But oh my goodness, I don't even know what's going on over there. Oh my goodness. All right, I don't know what just happened here. If you were to challenge Jimmy or I to a rock and roll air guitar contest, who do you have better odds of beating?
Jimmy, it's not fair because I saw Shotsky last night playing all sorts of roles, including bartending. Man, he was everywhere.
You
So
Yeah, I was bartending.
it would
Jimmy.
have to be Shotsky.
Yeah.
And, because I saw
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen fly out over the audience.
And
Hold on a
back in
second.
the
I
day,
was-
so-
you bartended last
I
night?
was doing the music. I was DJing.
He was doing it all.
Yeah, we were doing it all last night, Jim.
Oh,
Jimmy,
sorry,
when
Jim.
you weren't there, I had to do all the roles. I had to wear all the hats.
He did.
I needed you. I
He
needed
was pretty
you.
fly.
You're my wingman. You left me. You left me hanging, Jimbo. Well, I got to tell you, Jimmy. Final thoughts, because Jennifer's got
left
to go
you hanging. All right.
and open more stores in Arizona. She just
Exactly.
hired one guy, and you got to go help the poor man, or woman, poor person.
Exactly.
The person is by themselves trying to open up more stores.
Well,
Jimmy, that was you.
yes. Listen, Jennifer, thank you so much for being on the podcast with us. I love what you're doing at Main Squeeze.
Thank you. It's a ton of fun, and you feel good about it. So thanks. We appreciate all the fandom. Love being here with you guys today. Appreciate all that you do for the industry.
I'm losing connections left and right over here. I don't know what's going on with our technology here, but we are having a hard time over here. But we are recording. We are recording on here, but I don't know what happened. But anyway, we got Jennifer Dodd. I got to tell you, another rock star. This is awesome. Thank you, Jennifer, for joining us on the Hospitality Hangout. This is great.
Thanks.